So what are some of the social media pitfalls? Let's talk about them first. First one is malware and security. Um, there's over a 70% rise in malware and spam on the internet. And basically that 70% rise in malware and spam time to basically a lot of it's coming from social media. New research published by Social Security today reveals that this increase is from companies reporting spam and malware attacks via social media networks. The study included in their security threat report from 2010 shows that 57% of social networking users have reported receiving spam compared to 33% about a year ago. So it's definitely increasing very rapidly. In the same time period, the number of those reporting social networking malware attacks rose from 21% to 36%. So why the rise? Well, computer users are spending more time than ever on social networks, sharing sensitive and valuable information. It's no surprise, therefore, that hackers have determined where the money is to be found. And the cyber criminals don't just want to infect your computer via social networks to steal your online banking details. Increasingly, they're after data which may help them compromise your organization. The Sophos poll of more than 500 companies reveals that 72% of the firms are worried that their workers' behavior on social media networks is also putting their business at risk. Corporate infrastructure and the sensitive data stored upon it are in danger if not properly secured. What's fascinating about all of this is that despite the rising fears of social networks, 49% of firms have given permission to all of their staff to access Facebook at any time during the day, a 13% rise from a year ago. Indeed, this research indicates that productivity rather than malware or data leakage continues to be the #1 reason for blocking access or controlling access to different social media sites and companies. So here's an interesting thing about Twitter. Even, I'm sure most of you have seen or know what a phishing attack is via email. That's where you get an email. It looks like it's maybe from your bank or from somewhere, and they want you to go log in and put some of your information in, and then they steal that information and use it it's not really that site, and they use it to try to steal money from you basically. Well, that's happening on social media sites now, Twitter, Facebook. Just a few months ago, there was an interesting case of it that happened on Twitter, where people were getting different tweets from people that they know, and when you actually clicked on the links, it was a phishing attack. Another pitfall of social media is time wasters. Are your employees using social media during work for more than work-related activities? Are their posts frequent? Are they relevant or work-related? Sometimes I've heard people talk about Facebook and call it wastebook because people are wasting a lot of time on it. Are some people link addicts? Are they out there just to see how many links or friends they can get? I heard a story about a lady who had more than 500 friends on Facebook. She went on vacation, posted that she was going on vacation, and she got home, her actual house had been robbed. Fortunately, she had a video camera that took video of the robber, and she posted that video on Facebook to try to figure out who it was. And actually, one of her Facebook friends let her know that it was one of their friends in common that actually had broken into her house. So be careful how many people you connect to. Why do you connect to them? What's the reason to connect? And don't just connect to everybody. Another pitfall of using social media, especially in the workplace, is employee poaching. Competitors or headhunters can use social media to find and target your best employees. Now, in today's economic marketplace, it's not such a big deal, but it is if you've got employees that are valued employees, and especially as the economy does start to pick back up, we're going to see more of this happening. Employee morale. Employees using social media can spread rumors or negativity through the office. And former employees that are connected to existing employees can also use it as a method to share negativity back into the office. So how do you avoid these pitfalls? First, you should have a properly running virus and malware scanners. They're even more important today than they have ever been. Using a proper spam filter, which looks for phishing or malware. messages as well, because a lot of social media sites do send out emails. Use an internet content filtering solution with malware blocking. So you should have a really good filtering solution that not only can block out the sites you don't want your employees to go to, but also, even if you're not blocking any sites at all, which can filter the traffic that's coming in from even legitimate sites and look for malware that's embedded within them, because even legitimate sites have been infected with pieces of malware out there that will get onto your system today. Educate your employees in a proper use of social media. Create an official social media use policy within your office and make sure that all employees know what that is and adhere to it. Also, it's important to know who controls and owns your social media content. Make sure that any social media sites that are made with a generic name, like maybe the name of your business that you have access to, are made, with your generic name and password. If an employee leaves and a blog or Facebook fan page was created by them, that may go with them if you don't have total control of it. And actually, as of today, still today, if somebody creates a Facebook fan page and they're the administrator of it, they are always the administrator of it. So if that employee happens to leave for some reason, they are still in control of your Facebook page. So always make sure that any social media content that is made for your company is originally made, with some kind of a common or generic name and username and strict password that you have and know what it is and have control of it. So how do you create a social media policy? In today's presentation, there's just no way I can share all the information that you need, but the Big I does a great job of gathering that information and sharing it with you all. So they have a report called Creating a Social Web Policy for Your Independent Agency. There's a link here to go to that and download it. The 10 things that you should cover in your social networking policy is a clear company philosophy, the definition of social networking for your employees, identifying oneself as an employee of the company, recommending others, how people are going to recommend others, how they're going to identify themselves, how they're going to refer clients and customers or other partners, what information should be shared or not shared on a social media site, your terms of service, how we handle copyrights and other legal issues, the productivity impact that social media may have in the office place, and what are the disciplinary actions if people are not following the policy. But again, you can go to this link and get a full social media policy example to use in your agency. So for today, that concludes part 1 of using social media in your agency. Part 2 is going to be held on June 16th at 10 a.m. and we will be sending an invite out shortly to everybody that attended today for that. In that session, we're going to actually dive a little deeper and talk more about the tools that you can use in social media to make it easier for you and your employees to use social media. We're also going to talk about the strategies that an agency can use to employ social media in the agency and how to enact those strategies as well. We're going to give you some additional resources on how to learn more about social media, and we'll be doing a Q&A session. So I'd like to thank everybody for attending today. If you do have some follow-up questions, you can send them to me at jerry.fetty@smartservices.com. And also you can go to our website within a couple of days. It'll take a couple days to get it up there. And you can download the video recording of this seminar and the actual PowerPoint presentation, and we'll have some other resources there for you as well. Just go to smartservices.com, click on events in the main menu, and go to past webinars, and we'll have it up there. So I'd like to thank you again all for attending, and we've gone a little bit long, so we're out of time for questions and answers, but again, send me an email if you have additional questions, or if you know our number, you can call me at any time as well. So again, thank you for attending our webinar, and that will conclude our webinar for today. Thank you very much.